بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Once the burial of a person is completed, after some time, once the soil has settled over the grave, it is customary in our tradition and in other traditions all over the world actually to have a tombstone and or a surrounding for the grave. Now that has various benefits and purposes. One of them is, of course, to be able to identify the grave of the deceased. If we had a graveyard full of deceased people, but we had no gravestones or headstones, then how would we know who is buried where? We wouldn't, and that is why it is a recommended act to have a tombstone so that the family members can easily identify where their loved ones are resting. But also, it is a good idea because it ensures that those people who are visiting graveyards know that there is actually a grave in this particular place, because we know that it is not encouraged and it is disliked in Islamic tradition to walk over graves. And therefore, by placing a tombstone or a headstone for each grave, everybody who then walks into the graveyard will immediately know where they can and cannot walk, and it ensures that nobody will accidentally walk over anybody's grave. In addition to this, it's a way of honoring the person who has passed away, to have a very beautiful and dignified resting place. And part of that dignified and beautiful resting place is to have a very elegant tombstone and a surrounding if people also prefer. Now, there of course are many different types of headstones that can be purchased, and in the Garden of Blessings we utilize a uniform, very beautiful white marble stone and similar surrounding for all of the graves. This gives a very beautiful and unified look throughout the graveyard and ensures that everybody is honored in a similar way. Of course, the inscription on the headstone will vary, of course, with the details of the deceased, and there are different options available for the family members to choose what they would like to be written on the headstone. But it is something that is encouraged, and it is something that is available through the Garden of Blessings.